My mom was telling me earlier
This
today
content's for
about,
mature
the
audiences
Lord.
only. Your discretion
Do you
advised.
remember when we led the walkout?
Yeah.
Do you remember that shit?
Yes, actually.
That was crazy, wasn't it? But I guess there's a similar situation going on right now, like the teacher contracts and whatever. But no biggie. I just want
That's
to.
always the thing about the teacher contracts.
I know.
That was over Shelly, wasn't it?
Shelly Hildebrand. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, when we were fucking first starting off, like, using what you're using to record, you were going through and it was like, you had your, like, iPhone 5 or whatever using,
Oh yeah.
like, recording the conversations of you
Yeah.
and Shelly, like, sticking
I
secret
still
in the
have
office.
it. I still have it. I set that phone down and we talked and I was like, this bitch is crazy. Like she was tripping about so much stuff. She wanted to like
Turn the soccer fields into
Oh my
nursing
God.
homes
Yeah, I don't even
No
know.
on
way.
campus. Like,
Yeah,
bro,
she
what are
wanted to
you
take
doing?
like teachers' payout and a bunch of other shit, but it's whatever, honestly. But welcome back to the 6th episode of Addicted. Today we have a special guest. This is Jordan Sanborn,
How's it going, guys?
and we got Jackson in the cut as always.
Always.
Of course. It's been getting cold as fuck outside, dude.
It has.
Yeah.
Cold as
Sadly.
shit. I can't like wear shorts outside past like I mean it's like 70 during the day still, but then like gets about 6-7 p.m. and then temperature drops 20 degrees. It's like fucking 40.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
What is it right now?
Yeah, what's the temp out right now? It wasn't too bad. Like I have a flannel on and I'm pretty comfy, but I was cold last night going out to my
Literally
car.
65.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that sucks is like waking up to it being dark, then going home after work to it being dark.
Yeah.
Like it's always dark.
Yeah. That's so like I don't even know.
That was a really. Today it peaked at 72,
72. Yesterday was kind of hot.
but the highest is it's like mid 60s, and then at nighttime it's dropping to like upper 30s,
Upper
low
30s.
40s.
That's depressing.
But Jordan, what I know that you have had like crazy stuff, and that's why we kept you in mind because we went to high school together, and I know that you've been through a lot of crap, like crazy stuff. So I kind of wanted to share your life story with some of the viewers today. So start from the beginning. Start from like all of the shit that you used to be on, and then like where you are now. Make it a whole ass story, man. You got all the time in the world.
Alrighty, where to start? Honestly, well, I used to be like really good kid, good grades. I mean, I always had good grades, but really hard wrestler. And then once, honestly, I've always like back then I always had like a different type of mindset, but once I started getting my dislocations and shoulder surgeries, everything went downhill for a while. So had my first couple shoulder dislocations, you know, popped it back in, tried to tough it out, and they just kept happening and happening and happening, and finally got to the point where I was already 3 surgeries deep and I wasn't able to wrestle. So after wrestling, after being told I wasn't able to wrestle, that's when I started picking up into, you know, smoking, drinking a lot, really going down bad.
I mean, we
bad.
all go through like seasons. I feel like where nothing else in the world matters, and you just kind of go off the rails. And
Yeah.
teaches you a lot of shit, though. But
Oh,
continue.
so many. There's been, I don't even know where to start, honestly.
So much. He's like, I don't even
just-
know the
It's-
timeline right
it's
now.
So much stuff. I mean, honestly, so after all my shoulder surgeries, I had probably about 5 or 6 family deaths within 2 years. And that was very hard. I started drinking really hardcore. That was always my resorts, and then I started getting into a lot of trouble with it, you know. Starting to really mess up in life, taking a lot of wrong turns. Even,
Getting a little deep here.
dude.
You don't have to
it's
say
crazy.
anything if it's gonna make you uncomfortable. But
So for starters, I mean, you know, started out with just a couple drinks and, oh, I'm good for the day.
mhm.
You know, that turned into way more than a couple drinks, and then the way more couple drinks turned into bottles, and, you know, I was just always trying to party and wasn't really focused on life. My mindset just wasn't there. then, you know, I stopped for a while, started going to AA to get away from that, because I always knew when I was getting out of hand, so I'd try to correct it. But finally it got to a point where it was affecting everybody. Even was fighting my stepdad a lot, like fist fighting, led to me being in jail a couple times. That's not fun, by the way. Not at all. Man. I've never wrecked personally under the influence, but I mean, I've been in some really bad accidents under the influence.
I've been there for one of them.
Yeah, that was a crazy night.
Yeah, share your experience with that, like your side.
Well, we were all going to a party, kind of in like the boons, like fucking 45 minutes away in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
And then we were like 2 minutes away. And then there was like a lot of traffic stopped up, and I was like, well, okay, what the fuck's going on? Like, we're almost here. And then I just look, and then I see a truck fucking upside down in a cornfield.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, oh shit, this just happened. There's like no cops, no ambulances, nothing. And I go over there. Obviously, I'm going to go and see what's up. Because one, I'm fucking nosy, and two, I want to make sure everything's okay. Because like my biggest thing I want to do, like my biggest bucket list thing is like someone crashes or whatever. I go in, I swoop them in my arms, and then I run away in slow motion when the car blows up and behind me.
Right.
And then somehow somebody catches on a camera, you know, like one of those situations.
Slow motion.
Yeah. Yeah. So I go over there, and then I see him, and then two other guys, and I was like, oh shit, I know these guys. Mm-hmm. Like, fuck. Oh, and then there was some fucking Karen. You remember that bitch?
Yep.
And there was some mom. Get out of the way. Leave. I'm calling the police. Everyone's like, don't call the police. She's like, I'm already on the phone. They're already on their way. And then that's when you and then the other people are like starting to freak out. Because who are you? I'm not going to, let's not name names.
Yeah,
but
fine.
Like,
yeah.
Some like, they were on like probation or some shit like that. Yeah. Like they couldn't get like.
How many people were you with?
1, 2, I think there was a total of 5 and a little Ranger.
Holy shit.
When I got there was only 3, I think.
Yeah, so
let's call them Bob and Andrew for now.
Yeah, so how it actually all went down, I was obliterated drunk. So I had my buddy Bob drive, but Bob didn't have his license, but he was sober. So I was like, okay, you can drive. I was like, I trust you. So we're taking this turn literally like 2 minutes away from the house. Like you could see the house from where we were.
It was close. I wasn't lying. It was like right there.
Right.
And I guess he said he's seen something in the road, and he swerved out of the way. Truck into flipping like 3 times.
Oh my gosh.
There's actually a person in the bed of the truck when it was flipping. He got no, I swear on everything. I swear on everything. And the kid was actually like, so his dad's like a pro MMA trainer, and this kid used to fight so much that he has really bad concussions, and like one could kill him. And he got flung out of the truck, like truck bed, into the cornfield.
Oh my god.
It ended up rolling 3 times. I flew out the window, dislocated my shoulder, was knocked out for a couple seconds. I just wake up and remember everybody above me. Blood's all down my arm. I'm like,
yeah, you were covered in blood, bleeding out everywhere.
I was like,
gosh.
I woke up. I was like, we gotta go. Like I didn't even like fully realize what was going on. I was like, we gotta go.
we gotta go.
I was like, we gotta go. So, me being a dummy at the time, because that's how I was back then. Mm-hmm. On the actual accident where it happened, I called it in stolen. I swear, God. I can't make this up. I called it in stolen, and then that Karen from earlier we were talking about actually came in and switched the plates off of the truck with someone else's plates.
Huh?
Yeah.
Why?
That I don't know. I didn't stay around to figure it out, but she switched the plates off the truck that we were driving with someone else's plates, and I just remember leaving. It was a crazy night. I went home. I had a big ass stick that was like stuck in my ass cheek. Had to get ripped out. There's glass all in my arms. I had to get my shoulder popped back in. It was a rough night.
Jeez.
I remember, who was it? Bob and Billy? Right?
Bob and Andrew.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Andrew was fucking passed out, face down in the grass for like 20 minutes.
Wow.
Just didn't move. He was just staring up like this for 20 minutes. And
Sheesh.
that was weird because like all of everybody else like fucking dipped and then just left him just cause, like, what are you gonna do? Because like that Karen's like that was like her number one priority was like that kid that's just like fucking dead, just staring. And then he woke up as soon as the cops came.
Yeah.
Wow. Was everybody that was in this accident, like, did they end up turning out okay?
Yes, actually, everybody turned out okay. You know, other than concussions, I think 4 out of 5 had them. A lot of blood. There was
Yeah.
a lot of cuts, a lot of damage done. The vehicle was pancaked. It was definitely an experience. Definitely grateful that I survived that.
Absolutely.
That was definitely a experience.
You know, we both have a buddy that rolled a car a bunch of times a couple of years ago, and he was he would drive really fast everywhere.
Idiot.
And, yeah. He rolled a car a couple of times, and they both walked out with like 2 or 3 scratches, and we were
7.
just blown away.
He had a Dodge Charger. He rolled it 7 times.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's insane. Especially like if you're, and he says he wasn't even going that fast, and the roads were wet, and he started fishtailing, and then just started rolling.
And then
But
hit
like
the gravel and then started rolling.
Yeah, but I mean, if you get into an experience like that and you can just end up walking out of it, like it definitely teaches you a lot. For sure. Yeah. Was that the only crash that you've been in before?
No, actually, no.
Holy shit!
Well, I want to go back because that Karen, I swear on everything, because she had like a little like fucking smart car, like, you know, like fucking
Right.
bitch car.
Yeah.
And then I remember someone getting in that car and hauling ass away. And then she was screaming, "That's my car! That's my car!" It's like
Yep.
someone stole this mom's car and dipped.
They stole her car.
I swear to God.
Yeah.
Wow! What the fuck?
And then I left. I went to the party. I'm like, "Whoa, that was crazy." What the fuck
What
just
the
happened?
fuck just
So
happened?
I went there, and then that's as soon as I got there, I was there for a minute, and then that's when all of like the fire trucks, ambulances came.
Yeah, exactly.
And then everyone heard cops and ambulances are here, and then everybody left. I'm so pissed because that was supposed to be such a good party. They had a mechanical bull there.
I know. I was so
Oh
excited.
my
for that.
god!
I had a party as a bull. I was
Jesus.
pumped up.
Yeah, you were pulling a fucking stick out of your ass cheek while someone was getting fucked on a mechanical bull.
No, there's actually a fun dude. There was someone that was actually riding that mechanical bull naked.
Oh my!
I remember
God.
seeing a video of it. I was like, oh my gosh.
Just some wild shit going down. I was not at this party.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck would I have been doing. How long ago was this? 3 years ago?
No,
2.5 or 2 years ago, maybe.
no, that was last summer.
It was last summer?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
God damn. So
So-
pretty recently.
probably just over a year ago.
I was probably just caught up in some
I feel like I
bullshit.
might have like a picture or video of it. So if I do, like, we'll put it here on the screen somewhere.
Oh my goodness. If we do.
I'll dig.
Actually, I do have pictures of it. and
Oh
videos.
shit. All right,
Oh.
well, the photos
They'll be up.
Yeah, they'll be up on the screen. But like reflecting from that night, is the next crash that you're about to tell us about before or after this?
Actually, after this.
It was after. Oh, so even more recent.
But this was no one's fault but the person I bought the truck off of.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I had such bad luck with vehicles
I feel it. I did too.
in the past 4 years. But so I actually went and paid cash for this really nice frost white Avalanche. So I bought it. It was super clean. I was super stoked to get it. Didn't check it out at all like I should have. The brake lines were actually busted.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
they were rusted through, and so I bought it in Galleon, and it was over by Circle K. There's a couple roads where no one drives on, so I just kind of rolled around them, not really stopping. So I got up to this bridge, and I was going down to this bridge. There's like an abandoned school right there, and like a old steward shop or something like that right to there.
Yeah.
So I was going like 40 miles an hour, Started pumping the brakes, and I was like, they're not here. I was like, they're not here.
That's my worst fear. I always like whenever I'm driving, I'll like think about, okay, if I don't have brakes, am I fucked or am I cool? And I'm always fucked.
Did you ever try your e-brake? Did you have an e-brake?
Yeah, I tried. Well, so how it was set up, there was a pedal right here you press.
Oh, so
That
it's
was like
one
an
of those,
emergency
yeah.
brake. Pressed that, nothing was working. I was pumping the brakes as much as I could, nothing was working. I couldn't stop it at all.
Oh my god,
Nice.
that's where you engine brake. Like you
Yeah.
start, you got to pop it down. Like to, I don't know if it had like a 3, 2, 1 in the gear shifter, but like
Yeah.
that's the only way at that situation you can brake. And even then, it's gonna take a long ass time to brake. So if you're hauling ass and there's a 90-degree angle turn,
You're fucked.
you're fucked.
Yeah. And that's
Oh.
exactly what happened.
Unless you got some Travis Pastrana moves up your ass or something. But I mean, if you're in an avalanche, like,
Yeah, it was bad.
were you all by yourself? Were you driving?
I actually was. I just purchased the car, and my cousin was actually there and was like, "Hey, do you want me to follow you to make sure everything's okay?" I was like, "No, I'll be all right. I'll be all right." 2 blocks down the road, having a good old time.
So this was the day you bought the car.
Yeah, like 5 minutes within owning the truck.
I would have fucked that guy that sold it.
Yeah, I was pissed. So, anyways, getting down to the hill, I start pumping the brakes. Nothing's happening, and I was like, "What?" And I seen this car coming. I was honking and everything. They weren't noticing it. There was nothing I could have done because if I turned right, there was a pole. If I turned left, there was another car. So, like, literally, I just smacked this car right on its side. And then after I smacked that car, I, like, went straight through it because the truck's heavy. And it was just a little car I hit. And it rolled up and smacked into some staircases.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And that was pretty, I was pretty mad about that one. Still paying an SR22 on it as well.
Man.
Yeah. And it was annoying because, so, it wasn't actually fully, like, signed over into my name. So, I mean, if I wanted to be a real dickhead, I could have went after that guy and got him, but it is what it is. It's over with.
I mean, from being a guy that sold lots of cars in the past, and I mean, I just feel like that's a detrimental detail that you would tell unless you absolutely had no idea. But you would have an idea. Did it break at all? Like,
No.
It didn't break at all?
No.
So the first time you pushed on the brakes, that's when it happened?
Nope. And I started pumping the brakes and everything. Nothing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I can't believe that. That's just like, I don't even know. The worst thing that I've ever seen, or the worst thing that I ever did to one of my cars that I actually sold it was my first car. It was a Mazda 6, and me and my buddies, we were like, 16, 17, and like we were trying to figure out how to fix, like, no, we were taking the wheels off to spray paint them. So we don't know where the fuck to put this jack, right? We're trying to jack the car up.
Oh God.
And I end up, like, I trusted my friend. I don't know why. I trusted my friend to jack this car up more than me. So I'm like, I set it up. And I'm like, all right, you can jack it. And he starts to jack it up. And then I just hear a big boom. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I look over. The jack is still completely up. It's like this far up. The car is on the ground.
Oh, God.
I'm like, wait a sec. I open my door. The fucking jack came right up through the floorboard, right by where my feet are, where the gas pedals are.
Oh, man.
I'm like, I'm staring at this hole. It's fucking this big, and it's through my carpet and shit. I'm like, holy fuck. I don't even know what to do. And I was so mad. I thought I was like trying to blame it on me. It was honestly my fault because I'm the one that set it up. But I was just like, dude, I got a fucking 6-inch diameter hole where my feet go now. And luckily, I just fucking put the carpet over and acted like it wasn't there. But every time I would like be driving and it was like raining or something, or if I hit a puddle or something, I would start to see, oh, the fucking carpet's starting to get wet. Nah, it's fine.
Bro, you fucked that car up.
Oh, that car was cursed. Yeah.
You ripped up the back carpets for what?
So I don't even know.
You literally tore up the whole back seat carpet.
Yeah.
And then just put it back.
I know.
With a big cut right in the middle of it.
It did have that big ass cut right down the middle.
Duct taped headlights.
Oh my god.
Man.
I literally, like, here's a picture of my Mazda 6 up on the screen. I had the still probably the worst week of my life. Like, I broke down crying at the end of this week because it was so bad. So I remember the first thing that happened was I woke up one morning to a flat tire. How? I don't fucking know. It was flat. So I was pissed. So I just put air in it. I was like, all right, whatever. That next night, I was with Jackson. We were here, and our other buddy wanted to be picked up, brought here so we could hang out. So I'm like, okay. So I drive to pick him up, and it's like 10 o'clock. It's dark out, and I'm on this, like, it's not a back road, but it's not like a busy road. It's kind of like an I don't even know. It's just a road. And I'm going down, and this is not a road you would ever think deer would run across, right? But I was like, okay, and I don't know why this is the road that I hit a deer on because, dude, I used to fly through back road. Oh, my God, bro. Like, there would be fucking herds of deer. I'd skirt, like, out of the way. And in this case, though, we're just driving and shit, and I look over at him for a second. I look in front of me. There's a fucking deer standing right in front of my car. I'm going faster, getting closer. I'm like, oh, fuck, and I slam on the brakes. I'm still in gear, by the way. I had a stick shift. This Moz was a stick shift, so I smack this deer, and I'm so instantly pissed. I don't even give a fuck. I'm just like, fuck. Like, I fucking hit a deer, and I get out of the car, and my so funny. I film my car with my snap. I'm like, think I fucked her up real good, boys. And I walk over to the ditch that this deer's in. Oh, I feel so bad for this, by the way. This deer's like fucking suffering, struggling, like, and its head's like underwater in a fucking creek. And I'm filming it. I posted on my fucking snap. Everyone's sliding up like, oh my God, you fucking piece of shit, the deer, you did, blah, blah, blah. Didn't give a fuck about my car. But I mean, yeah, that was like, and then I was just pissed. The fucking hood was fucked, the grill was fucked, the bumper was fucked, and the headlight was fucked. So I was like, this car's clapped. And I was broke. I was working at fucking Wendy's. Like, I think I was working at Wendy's in the time. So obviously I didn't have that much money. And this was my first car. So, and my parents didn't really have money to fix it. So I had to drive it like that for a long ass time. But anyway, moving on later into this week. I was dating a girl at the time, and I wanted to go to her softball game to support. And, oh my God, this is like 2 days after I hit the deer. And I've never been to a softball game before. Cause like now, I know this, and like everyone that goes knows this, but I parked, I'm like, oh fuck yeah, front row parking, bet. The whole row is empty. I'm like, bet. I'm gonna sit in my car. It was cold out. I'm sitting in my car watching the game. And I fucking, whoever the fuck hit this ball, fuck you, by the way, because you suck at softball and you shouldn't be playing. Fucking hit a deer, ding! I watch it go straight up. I'm watching it. I'm like, oh, fuck. And then it hits my fucking windshield. Boom, smack. I'm like, oh, man. I'm staring at my windshield with shock. And I'm just like, no, fuck this, bro. I whipped out of that parking lot. Everyone in the audience is like, ooh. I'm like, shut the fuck. I'm so pissed. My sister was with me. Driving home, I called my mom to tell her. That's when I started crying. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is happening to me? I'm cursed. I fucking hate this car.
It gets worse.
It gets worse. It gets way worse. So then that fucking car started to like fix the body pieces up and stuff. But literally, like, I just remember like shit just started breaking left and right. I would get in my car, wouldn't start. I'd get in my car, fucking, it's like clunking in the front. Like everything was just starting to fall apart. Am I missing something from the story?
I mean, the boat.
Oh, yeah. So the same week, not having to do with my car, but the same exact week, I was on a boat. Like a day after this happened, I was on a boat. I just got a new phone. I was so happy because I had a shit ass phone for the longest time. And then I was driving on this boat, and a fucking spider's crawling up my arm. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I grabbed my phone to like smack it off like this. I threw my phone off the boat into the lake. Gone.
Oh, dude.
Gone. I'm like, and I'm like, we're moving. I'm like, I can't dive in after it. It sunk to the bottom instantly. Like, it's gone.
I still think this is so funny. Like, imagine being on the boat and then like we FaceTime him, like his phone in the lake, and then it answers, and they're just a fish. Just like staring. Because you know, like how when fish, they're either so thin, just eyes. But still, that's 5 things that happened in 6 days.
Worst fucking week of my life.
Sounds
by far.
terrible.
Yeah. But do you have any fucking, like, I laugh about it now, but like
back then,
dude, I was poor. I was broke. I had nothing. That was all I had. That phone, and like. At this point, this iPhone 10 was already out. I got the 7. That was my upgrade. I was so happy to have that 7. And like that car was a $900 shit box, but it was my car. So like it was all I had, and everything was just getting fucked. It was so bad. Yeah.
That's terrible.
But hopping back over to Jordan, because I know that when we were in high school, there was a lot of like, we weren't like, we all always tight, like we always like were cool, but like I always just ran into it at like parties and stuff. And I think I remember there was one day where I heard that you got like into like some kind of trouble or something, and you got hurt, right? Like one day. If you don't want me, I don't want to say it out loud because I don't know if this is something you want me to talk about, but
So I got in trouble and hurt.
okay, you know what?
We'll cut it.
We'll just mute this part. All right, we're back. We figured this shit out. But yeah, so I remember when I was in high school, there was our friend got like he was on vacation and then his house got robbed, and I think your car was involved in the robbery, but it got stolen from you, right?
My truck, actually.
Your truck, right?
It was at another get together.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
This is a different truck as the white Avalanche.
Yeah. No.
Same truck?
Actually, it was a Ford, sadly.
Yeah.
Fords, ew. Anyways. But no, it was it was my F-150 I had.
Mm-hmm.
So it got taken for a joyride down the road and got completely whole front end caved in on a retaining wall on Kreider.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm waking up to a bunch of cops pounding on the door. Mom blowing my phone up. I'm like,
what the fuck?
oh gosh. I was like, what now?
Yeah.
You're like, what are you doing? I was like, chilling.
Yeah. Like,
What are you doing? They're like, no, you're not. Where are you? Tell me the truth. I was like, I'm chilling. They're like, well, why is your truck totaled on Kreider? I was like, no. I was like, the bad news. I was like, no. So that was that.
that was the first time you found out that it was fucked.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was a whole situation.
So we're not gonna name this kid, but we'll call him. What should we call him?
Fucking.
We'll call him Piper.
No, call him Joe.
Call him Joe. That's fine. We'll call him Joe. So Joe, you let Joe take your car, and right, you let Joe take your car.
Yeah.
Why? How did it get to that point? Like he just asked, like, "Hey, can I take your car?" Like,
So what actually fully happened, full true story. So we were there. Everybody was begging me to drive. I was like, I'm not doing it. I was like, I'm not driving intoxicated. I know cops are going to be out because it was also a holiday weekend. I was
Right.
like, I'm not doing it. I'm not driving. And they're like, I was like, you guys can take it, but I'm warning you now. If something happens, I'm reporting it stolen.
mm-hmm.
And I thought they were okay. You know, I fell asleep. I thought they were going to be right back. And that's when I woke up to everything about it getting crashed on Kreider and everything.
God
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah, so
That's crazy.
that was that whole story.
So did that have anything to tie into our friend getting robbed, or was that a
No.
completely different time? That was after the fact.
Yeah, that was actually after.
Right.
And honestly, I didn't know Joe was involved in that until later on.
Uh-huh.
Because truth of the matter, that's pretty shady.
I know, dude. Like, and the worst part about it is Joe was friends with our friend, and like he stayed the night at his house all the time. Like we all even knew him. We were like, I would go over to his house and like dab this kid up, like, what's up, man? Like all the time. And like our friend's parents took him in as like family, and then like for him to do some shady shit like that with his buddies, or I don't even know if they were his buddies. Like one of the guys that was involved was like a 40-year-old dude from Columbus. Like where the I don't even know.
How are you even here?
Yeah, I know. He wasn't even like, what the fuck? So when we all heard about this, we were like, what in the hell? And like they put like the safe in. They took the big ass safe from the like inside the house, put it in the middle of the yard. They stole. They got the keys to our friend's car, which was still at the house, and were hitting the safe with the car to try and open it. Then, just to be an asshole, drove it into a ditch, and then like stole a bunch of other shit in the house. And like that just makes me so sad because like they trusted this kid and like he did all of that and organized the whole thing. And you had no idea when you let them take your car, but Like, so thinking about all of this stuff that's happened over time, tying that into now, like, reflect on yourself, who you are now compared to who you were then.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
I also want to say these are the same kids that almost robbed me too. Like a year,
they did.
like a year and a half ago. Like a year and a half ago, because how I found out was Caleb. Because Caleb was always like, fucking being nosy as fuck on Snapchat, looking at where everyone's at. And he's like, why's Joe at your house? I'm like, he's not at my house. Like, it's just me and my parents.
I remember that they're fucking parked at the bottom of your drive.
Yeah, and I was like, what are you talking about?
I was
And then-
with you.
And then he sent me a screenshot of like all like 5 people like at the end of my driveway.
Oh, God.
And I was like, oh shit, because I like this was after our friend got robbed, and I was like, oh, fuck no. And then yeah, he sent me that, and I was like, oh shit. And then my dad got in his fucking big ass F-150, and it's like a new one too, so it's like bulky,
Yeah.
And then went right down right in front of their car, and then shined his brights on them.
And he
then,
took a picture of it.
yeah, and then they all ducked, and they were just like sitting there for 15 minutes,
No way.
and then they left, and then I followed Joe's Snap location all the way to like downtown Mansfield, like the park in downtown. What's it called? Like Biso? No,
Prospect?
South Park.
South Park. No, it's like, you know what I mean. It's like the big pool, like pond and area
Liberty.
and shit.
Oh, Liberty.
No, it's not Liberty. I think North Lake Park.
Yeah.
North Lake Park.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and then I saw that they went all the way over there and parked in like the very back, and I was like, okay, like, you know what I mean. And then I texted one of the guys that was there, and he was like, nah, bro, you're tweaking. We were just smoking.
Yeah,
And
you're
I
just
was like,
smoking there.
smoking right outside of my house in my driveway. Like, come
Like
on.
nobody in this
Come on,
neighborhood, they anybody on this fucking street, they don't know, like, except you. That's
Yeah.
like there's nobody. It's all old people and
they only knew where I lived because I threw a fucking rager for
Yeah.
Halloween. And even then, they got in a fucking fight and then got kicked out. So.
Yeah, this group of guys was there, and we had to like forcefully remove them because they like, and they were getting. We had to have your dad come down and tell them to leave. Like,
Yeah,
they didn't want to leave.
Yeah,
It
like
was
we're
terrible.
all everyone's just hanging out. There's like fucking 300 kids in my basement. We're all just vibing, and then they start fucking lighting up Swishers and Black and Milds and
In the
shit.
basement.
Wow.
I'm
These
like,
two,
nah,
these kids were
fam.
just straight up disrespectful. They did not give a fuck about anybody or anything.
I was
like
like a junior in high school, or was that a senior year?
it was senior year.
Well,
yeah.
regardless, like I didn't smoke. I didn't really,
Right.
you know.
No, none of us,
And I'm at my
yeah.
crib. My parents are upstairs.
Exactly.
Right.
So-
It was a PG party. It was a dance party. Like, we had speakers set up, lights, and people were just dancing, having fun. And then all these kids pulled up and thought like they could just smoke Black and Milds and fucking do whatever they wanted. And we're just like, what the fuck? Like, get the fuck out of here. And then they ended up getting into fights with kids outside at the bottom of the driveway.
My mom chased them off.
Yeah,
our
yeah,
property.
yeah.
Get the fuck out of my house.
Fuck out of here. But yeah, back to like
Yeah. That was,
I was with you that night because I remember your dad sending you a picture while he was sitting in his truck. He took a picture of them and sent it. Same fucking car that kid drove, so we knew exactly who the fuck it was.
Yeah.
And like we said, there was no reason for them to be sitting there. They were just chilling there fucking smoking.
no,
Like,
because where I live,
no.
I live at the very edge of a neighborhood on a dead end street.
exactly.
Right.
So
All
there's,
the way at the end of the street. Like, there's yeah. So what were they doing for so long sitting in their car? Were they waiting to like
I don't know.
It's yeah,
'Cause,
we'll
like-
never know, but it's just scary to
'Cause
think about.
I have like fucking 4K security cameras all around the
Yeah,
house, and
no.
it's like posted outside, so like people know I have like, you know, security cameras, and so they probably came up, saw that I had security, and they're like, okay, well now what do we do?
Now we're fucked.
and then it went, like my dad pulled up, so like
Right.
then they're like, fuck.
Right. Idiots. Honestly, idiots. But yeah, going back to like all of this stuff and like how our high school life was, it was like action packed and fucking wild and crazy, and like we could talk about shit and stories all day. But
All day.
now you're sitting here and like we wanted to like we know that this was how it was, but like now I know that you're in like a such better part of your life and like you're doing big things and sober and all of that. So like honestly, that's good stuff, man. Proud of you.
Thank you.
I feel like you're like Mansfield Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, for
You know
sure.
what I
For literally though. Yeah, I mean you're fucking trading stocks and shit and like making bank, and that's awesome. That's something that we want to get into. Honestly, we're just fucking I don't even know. We're just lack information, I guess. But tell us a little bit about how you got there and like what made you starting to want to do that.
So honestly, so my real dad, when he was around, he always talked about crypto and, you know, stocks and investing. And I've always paid mind to it, but back then I was like 16 years old when he always like talked about it, so I never really thought much of it. And I think when I first turned 18, he gave me 1,000 shares of XRP. And I was like, huh. And you know, I always watched stuff on it and kept up with it, but then I started getting serious with it. So I did like 4 or 5 courses on options and the whole stock marketing itself for trading. And I was like, okay. So then I had a really good understanding in it. But actually, before all this happened, before I even started taking courses, I ended up investing without any knowledge. Ended up losing like $1,500. I was pissed. I was ready to stop trading. I was like, man, this is stupid. I was like, I'm done with this.
I've lost big money in crypto too.
Yeah.
Yep.
It sucks, don't it?
Yeah, it sucks.
So
Fucking Dogecoin fucked me up. Gave me hope, and then I ended up sucking its dick.
Yeah,
And then-
one of the guys that
and then
had
told me to
Doge
leave.
in Robinhood.
oh man.
Yeah, and I was trying to sell it, and Robinhood's like, "Oh, you can't do that right now. Try again tomorrow." I'm
Error.
like, bro, I'm watching this shit dump right now. I want out. It's like, sorry, the market's too full. Come back tomorrow.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
fucking
dude,
stupid.
that's tough.
But yeah, continue.
But yeah, so after my first real like loss in the market, I was like, I gotta do something because I was really like, I have really bad ADHD at sometimes.
Yeah.
So in the market, I was really interested into it. I started getting really into it, and you know, I started doing courses and started trading a lot, and then I stopped for a while because I started acting up again. But then about a year ago, I started getting into it seriously. It was actually I was laid off for COVID, and I was just trading every day, nonstop, charting nonstop. I was giving signals out nonstop. So honestly, when COVID started to hit and I realized I wanted to do something better for myself, I started getting into marketing seriously. And back then I still had a lot of flaws in the market. Even today, you know, I still have flaws in the market. You know, that's just how it is. Every day is a learning process for it. But I started really focusing on that. Became really good at options trading. Started trading options during COVID every morning. Market open 9:30. Every morning about 7 o'clock I was scanning the market for plays. So I got really into it and profited a lot of money in COVID, and still to this day. But you know, now I'm more knowledgeable on everything, and I'm able to chart things way better. So on top of that, I started getting into crypto heavy. I still got a lot to learn on crypto. You know, I'm newer to it, but
Right.
I have a big understanding. But you know, it changed me tremendously because I got so involved with that you know, I'm not out partying nonstop. I'm not drinking every day.
Yes, sir. We love to see it.
Yeah, I got that under control. And I mean, even when I was crazy, I mean, it never affected my daily lifestyle of like work. Like my work ethic never changed. I was always at work. But like, even now that I'm not like that, just my whole mindset and like, I'm just more energetic and focused when I'm at work. And then when I'm not at work, I'm focusing on the market and crypto. And recently, I finished all my stuff for wholesaling for real estate. So I'm gonna start tying that in here soon when I find time. But
Heck yeah, man.
yeah,
But that's awesome. Like, I love seeing that progress, you know? I mean, we started the episode telling, like, all the crazy shit that happened to us, and now you're sitting here telling, like, how, yeah, you're making money from fucking sitting on a computer and watching charts go up, and now it's crazy stuff, man. It's definitely something that motivates me, like, to, you know, I want to fucking learn more about stocks and all that, but, yeah, we really appreciate you coming on the show today, man, and sharing some stories with us, and it's awesome, man.
I'm glad to be here with you guys. That's pretty
Absolutely.
Nice happy ending.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, it's not over, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Is there anything else you want to say before we cap it? We're at about 40.
I got these new shoes yesterday.
Oh, we both got new shoes yesterday. Let's show them.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, I normally wouldn't go for these. But
Valid.
Same with me. I've always been a Vans guy, but like an
shut
old
the fuck
schools.
up. You got another pair of Vans.
Old school Vans. These are not old schools. I
got these because I'm on my fucking feet 10 hours a day, and then
Yeah,
my
exactly.
feet hurt. So I got like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna get some comfortable shoes. And so
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like I would never drop the money I dropped on these for Vans, but they're the most comfortable Vans I've ever owned, and I know I'm going to be on my feet a lot, so I had to get
it's
them.
called Pop Kush. Get
Pop
educated.
push. But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in to episode 6 today. If you enjoyed this episode, go ahead and subscribe and like, and we're gonna drop all of Jordan's social media stuff in the description, so go ahead and check out his stuff and stay up to date with his trading, because it really is something cool to see. And we'll see you next Thursday.
See ya.
See you guys.